Good morning, Baltimore. It is indeed a pleasure to come to you this morning. Good morning, D.C. Good morning, Maryland. Good morning, Delaware. We thank God for this day. This is the month of August. August is a special month for me because I know a place and I'll take you there. The amazing thing is the place that I know in Arkansas, where I grew up, is the place that I will be going this month. This is my vacation month, and it is reflect on very important events and moments of my life as I know that place that I've been talking about, that place where I grew up. It was a place where the history reflects that it's in the 1700s. My family moved westward, driven westward, and just crossed the Mississippi River. And just across the Mississippi River will be where I grew up in Arkansas, where they landed on roughly around 5,000 acres of land. And there were three daughters that history reflects that came out that divided this land into these three different divisions. And one of those divisions became my great-great-grandmother, who also eventually had a daughter that had one son, and that one son was my father. And therefore, that the vision of that section came directly to him, which was the largest division, because he was the only child. But that's the place that I've been talking about, that I want to take you there. This is the month of August. This is a special month. I want to kind of highlight some of the special things of this month. So those that might want to take notes and be mindful of the happenings and the purpose and the concepts that have been developed during this month, you can take notes at this moment. August is known also as the Happiness Month. Happiness Month. Of course, you may conclude that it's the Happiness Month for me, because that's the month that I will be taking a break, somewhat taking a break, because as I go to the land that we occupy, my work in some sense continues, because I am the executive of this state. All the children that we have is end up in being kind of responsible for the land. So it's Happiness Month. It also, in a religious perspective, the Assumption of Mary, which is August the 15th, reflecting the body and soul ascending of Mary, the mother of Jesus, to heaven. And this is a celebration generally that takes place in the Catholic Church. This is the celebration that takes place in the Catholic Church, the Ascension of Mary on August the 15th. It symbolized her body and soul ascending to heaven. And also, this is Concord Family and Friends Month. Concord Family and Friends Month. The second Sunday in every August. Second Sunday in every August. And that means that tomorrow will be Concord's Family and Friends Day. There's a special activity, a special celebration that is set up. We are inviting all your family and all of your friends, come worship with us at 10 o'clock on tomorrow, 10 o'clock on tomorrow. And following the services, which we usually end about 11:30, so around 12 o'clock, we will be on the parking lot under a tent celebrating with food. We encouraging all of our friends to come on out as we celebrate on the parking lot beginning around 12 o'clock, as we serve all kind of good barbecue food. So this will be taking place tomorrow. We will have a special guest preacher, Reverend Timothy McFadden, going to be bringing the message for tomorrow morning. So we come to hear this great preacher who's going to be speaking to us on tomorrow. He is an outgrow of Concord Baptist Church. He's pastoring the Church of Messiah, and he will be sharing with us in the morning. So I know you don't want to miss that special event. Also, those who are watching from home, virtual, you still can pick up that. And those who are watching from don't get a chance to hear this, you can pick it up also virtual on Facebook and YouTube. This is being recorded on Facebook and YouTube as we talk about these special events for this month, So we want you to know that we are at 5204 Liberty Heights Avenue, 5204 Liberty Heights Avenue, Concord Baptist Church. And if you're going to tune in on YouTube or Facebook, it's Concord Baptist Church, Baltimore. Concord Baptist Church, Baltimore. But also, this is a celebration of National Girlfriend Day, August the 1st, National Girlfriend Day. That's a moment when a lot of the women contact with their good friends, and they celebrate with their girlfriends and remember their graduation or their growing up, their experiences, their acquaintance, their beginning. It's a great happiness month, of course. And also in the National Watermelons Day, August the 3rd. Now this is something that I really can identify with simply because we raised a lot of watermelon. We had a great watermelon patch, and around this time, there was a time that we had all them watermelons ready, and it was National Watermelons Day celebration. We had some great barbecue times also in August. It's a special season time that we will talk about also. The World Elephant Day, August the 12th, the World Elephant Day. We know there's a great relationship among elephants in this country as they have special activities and special events that surrounding them, but there's a history of elephants in Africa that you might want to research and learn the value of them. The National Nonprofit Day. Of course, we're quite familiar with the National Nonprofit Day, which is August the 17th, which is extremely important because a lot of times we create our 501c3 businesses and all of those type of experience, and also the symbol of the relationship of the church to the government is a nonprofit organization. So the National Nonprofit Day, August the 17th. And also there's Remember Slavery Day, August the 23rd. Remember Slavery Day. That was, there are some experiences that we survived during slavery. There are some experiences that maintain us even until this day. Principles and standards that was utilized in order to survive then. A lot of these standards and principles that we use have left our communities, but that's one of the things that we must do. We must remember where we have come from, what we've been through. We are strengthened by knowing what we have experienced, knowing what we have been through, knowing how we dealt with it, so we can understand how to effectively deal with circumstances and situations that we have to face even this day. And also, not only to remember Slavery Day, you have the Women Equality Day, August the 26th. The Women Equality Day, August the 26th. Now, this Women Equality Day that took place August 26th was a National Women Day case. There was a National Women Day case. This National Women Day case emphasized the struggle that the women have had, what they have to face, what they have overcome. The Women Equality Day, August the 26th. The National Women Equality Day. And women, this has been a special year, experiences for women as certain circumstances have occurred, laws have been passed. They said they could bring harm to many women in many southern states because of the legal actions that have been taking place. But there is, August the 26th is the Women Equality Day celebration. Also, you have the National Health Observance. The National Health Observation always considers certain functions on certain months. On this month, they focus on breastfeeding and immunization and child's eye health and safety. That's their focus for this month. So we know that we have to focus on our health, and this month they are focused on the health of children. The health of children. That's so critical that we understand, and that's one thing that our talk show is about, focuses on industrial arts in the elementary schools to show the necessity to start laying the foundation and the principles to children at an early age. Other things. Good morning. Good morning.
So sorry. Good morning to everyone that is listening. So as I was coming here and doing all the things and being a sports mom and all the things, I was listening to you, and I don't know if I missed. So I heard you say National Girlfriend's Day. That's today, right?
National Girlfriend's Day.
That's today, right? That's actually today?
No, that's usually the start off on the first.
What'd you say?
I think that start off on the first. The national, that's the 26th. Yeah.
Oh, the 26th is National.
No, I'm sorry. The 26th is Women Equality Day. National Girlfriend.
I never heard of National Girlfriend's Day. That's why I want to confirm.
National Girlfriend.
What is the date for that one? Because I thought you said that was like, I thought that was today, on August the 12th or something like that. But I think that's profound that you share those things, National Girlfriend's Day, so that's something new. I super love how you brought up August the 23rd. Remember Slavery Day, like that's, I've never heard anybody mention that either, right? So we have a couple things happening.
Yeah, remember the struggles that we have been through.
No, that's perfect.
Because they sometimes, I mean, there are states that are trying to fix it so that we don't remember what we have been through and
that part
that we have had. So.
Of course, that part. But I think it's cool because you have Black History Month, February. Now we have Juneteenth, which, so now we're embarking throughout the year on some things to remember where we came from. And now we have August, so there's not a big gap. But I don't know if I heard you mention National Sisters Day. That was August the 6th. And I know you have sisters and I have a sister. Yeah, National Sisters Day. And I feel so bad because, one, I said I was going to have my
7 sisters.
So this is a national day for you for sure, right? So you know what it's like to have a sister. And I told my sister, I was like, she's a business owner. She does regional HR for McDonald's. She travels and does all the things. And I said I was going to have her on the show, but shout out to my sister because I missed out giving her a shout out on August the 6th for National Sisters Day. And I know you have sisters as well. So shout out to your sisters. Some of them are still with us and some of them are gone, right?
Yes.
That is right, and they're not here. They're not in Baltimore.
One thing about August, they had a lot of reflection days that they threw out. Also, special moments like days like National Rice Pudding Day.
Wait a minute, now that's a day. Well, who's making the rice pudding? Give us a call here at the church. If you're making rice pudding, it's 410-367-1117.
National Rice Pudding Day. Rice pudding. I don't know. In the country growing up where I grew up, rice pudding was very special.
Yep. Super.
Yep,
it was a big deal.
Rice pudding,
it was a treat.
It's making use of rice other than breakfast. Making use of, there's many other uses you can make of rice.
And the smell of the rice pudding, I do remember from my old babysitter.
Then you have other days like, August is one of those months that a lot of reflections take place. And we are here at this moment celebrating with the community these days so they can jot them down, remember them, and maybe this is gonna motivate them to do some of these things this month because we still have some days left. Because this also is the National Book Lovers Day.
Wait a minute now. That's probably a day my son will be like, no thank you, because he's like, I'm always pushing him to read. But I think that's
National
cool.
Book Lovers Day.
I have some friends that are book lovers. Miss Roxanne.
Yeah.
She loves to read. She loves books. So you're a person.
National Book Lovers Day. The special interest people who have special interest in certain books.
And reading.
There are so many. Yes, if you take your time and maybe Google what kind of. If you have an idea, you want to Google what book you can read, and and there's all kind of literature out there on everything that you can think. I mean, if you say, I want to read something about spiritual health, prosperous living, and books, they'll tell you what book to read.
Right there at your fingertips.
Yeah,
that's
so
it.
This is a good time to develop that interest.
Yeah, for
develop
sure.
that skill. National Book Lovers Day.
I think that's any more days?
Yeah, there are a lot of days. February got a lot.
Well,
August.
But August also too, so people look at it like a vacation month, like you said, a month to regroup, but then it's also the 8th month according to the calendar that we use now. because it wasn't always the 8th month, but it's the 8th month of the year now, which is 8 is the number of new beginnings, right? That's the biblical number.
That's coming up here as I go down this line.
Okay. You got more for me? Okay, give me a little more. Okay,
well,
let's go.
There's International Day of the World's Indentured People Culture.
What is that, Dr. Jones?
Remember there were indentured. The first Europeans come over here were indentured servants.
Oh, okay.
You know, they were not slaves, but they couldn't own their stuff. They were indentured servants. They had to work so many years before they'd be free to own their own stuff. You know, indentured servitude.
Oh wow! And what day is that on?
Well, this is
August what?
This is the this
day. This month, or this is the month to celebrate.
Yeah, this is the month.
Okay, so they get a whole month.
Yeah, it's a month because this is that new beginning that you mentioned.
Yes. Okay.
So this symbolized that there are new beginning in this country. You know, and so this month.
That makes sense. Okay, I'm following you.
The new beginning. Also, you have the co-working day. The co-working day.
What do you mean? Celebrate with co-workers?
Yeah. We supposed to get together and do things together because we have. This is one of those.
Is it a month or a day? Is this National Co-workers Month? So National Co-workers Month?
Yeah. When we get together and do things and build things, and because this is a kind of like you said, this for farmers, this month is like a conclusion. You know, this is where the harvest time began.
You get ready.
You get bringing your finances start coming towards you.
Oh, okay.
You're harvesting your goods.
Okay. I want to be a farmer, and I want this to be my month. This is so perfect.
Co-workers, and also.
National Co-workers Day. I gotta.
Yeah, we have. August is also known as I mentioned, the harvest month. The harvest month where where you gather your crops, gather your stuff, and your granary, and put it in the. The farmers start rejoicing because the money start coming in. All up until now, money is going out.
Okay. So now it's about to start. Okay, so calling all the farmers, if there are any events that you're having or you want to celebrate with us, give us a call at the church. Yes, I love that.
I told them that this was about my life, my farmers.
I was going to say, this is like dear to you.
Yeah. I told them the place I know is where I'm going this month.
Okay, that's where you're taking them. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it. I'm following you.
Self-employment, self-ownership, and all of this is
all of the things. That is the place and that's the place that you want to take us to.
And there's a historical day that came out of Roman and Greek, the Greeks and stuff. They called Dog Day of Summer. The Dog Day of Summer.
The Dog Day of Summer.
Usually that was August the 1st, around August the 1st. They said there was an event that occurred in the sky, and it's reflected. This is the hottest day of the year. That's where it appeared in that location at that time.
And so they gave it a day.
The Dog Day of Summer. It was, there was a special reflection out of the sky, indicating that it was going to be extremely hot.
Okay.
Dog Day of Summer.
Well, I don't want today to be the real dog day. I don't want it to be too hot. I got so many things to do here in Baltimore. So this is a good thing. So any more days?
As I had indicated earlier, this is a special month. This is the month of celebration for Concord.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, we have the Family and Friends Day this week.
And your Family and Friends Day tomorrow. I'm loving it. So it's tomorrow, Sunday, August the 13th. And I love that it's at 10 a.m., which gives people time to come, get the word, and then the barbecue happens, because this is bring your family and friends. So join us for a barbecue on the yard. It's only $5 per person. So of course I'm gonna come and eat all that I can eat from my $5. Let's be clear. The food that you guys serve here, there's no place first of all, you can't even get a burger anymore from McDonald's for $5. So the inflation is real. So I think this is
and we have the number one chef in the nation that
does the
cooking.
Well, I need to be here. And then you also have Reverend Timothy McFadden. That's going to be the preacher of the hour.
Yes.
So that's pretty cool. And he's what is it?
Church of Messiah.
Church of the
And
Messiah.
of course, he works also with us.
Yes, of course. The Church of the Messiah.
Our Concord, and as well, we talked about his business last week.
Yeah, we did. Oh, yeah, his tax business,
his
right?
tax
taxes.
business.
Yeah, I need to get with him. That
And we
people are after me.
encouraging people to take advantage of those services.
I need to take advantage of those services myself. Yes, I think that's perfect. But tomorrow, all are welcome. And the good thing I do know, like a lot of people, like even if it's as small as $5, sometimes I don't even have $5 cash because I never have cash on me. But you guys take Cash App and the Memo, like the Venmo, whatever. I thought it's called Venmo, but I guess it's called. No, it says Memo. I said this last week. I keep thinking that that's something else, but they do take Cash App. Almost everybody in America has Cash App now. So Cash App for your $5, but that's not the point. We're not even worried about the $5. If you come here and you don't have $5, we have bosses around here, so I feel like you may get a sponsor. So there's nothing to worry about. But I will tell you that the service starts at 10 a.m. and you get to come, go through the whole, get everything you need.
We'll be out before 12.
You'll be out before 12 noon.
Yeah, 12 noon, we will be on the parking lot.
On the parking lot.
On the parking lot and celebrating with happiness month.
Happiness month.
Happiness month.
And it's a big deal because you're going to be here. So and again, it's 5204 Liberty Heights Avenue. If you're listening, you're popping in out your car, but we're talking about Family and Friends Day tomorrow at Concord Baptist Church. We want you to come. You can meet us in person. If you've never met Dr. Jones or myself, Jamie, Chris, I will be here. We will be here, just to, one, get the word from Reverend Timothy McFadden, and then two, to just celebrate family and friends and just the communion that we have amongst each other. And we'll be out in the yard, and we'll be out there tomorrow, 12 noon in the afternoon. Again, $5 per person, all you can eat. It's going to be a great time, but I think that this is profound. And most of the time, in August, Dr. Jones, I always applaud you because not only does your church and your people here do the work in the community, like, you're going to be here. Like, not calling the pastors out, but, August is a month where, you guys kind of, go off in the sunset. Happiness month. Yeah. So the fact that you're going to be outside.
This is our happiness
in the
month.
heat tomorrow at 12 noon, and you're going to be right here with us front and center. I just think that is divine.
Yeah, I always deemed it necessary to be here to share with them this week, even though I'm on vacation now.
Yeah, right.
I always deem it necessary because I want to be part of their happiness.
I think that makes you a great leader.
And share with them, and people who are coming might want to have heard some of these days and stuff, and might want to discuss them with us when they see us.
Yeah. And we're open to conversations, all of the above.
Yeah, I want to share some of these experiences. Like the National Watermelon Day. I mean, we raised a lot of watermelon, and we talking about the National Watermelon.
You know what? I did not make that note as I was coming here, and I was listening. I was like, okay, I'm trying to hurry up and get there. I wanted to budge in so many times, but of course, when you said National Watermelon Day, I thought that was something to talk about. But after this break, we're just going to go to our favorite song really quick. We're going to come back, talk about the rest of the month of August. We got some good information for you. Got a couple recaps, some more businesses to shout out.
You know what they said about black people? We're watermelon lovers.
Oh, I know. That's why I was like, when we come back, that'll hold everybody over. This is not a commercial break. We're just playing our favorite song. Dr. Jones knows the place. He wants to take you there. But this is, what song is we going to play now? We're getting ready to play
We Are the People.
We Are the People, and We Can Do It. Yes. Yeah. We'll be right back after this
Time
song.
to make a change.
Time to make a change.
Time to make a change. We are the people, and we can do it.
Oh, my.
We are the people who can do it. Oh, yeah. It's time. Time to make a change. We are the people who can do it. Yo, Mob, kick it for me one time. What is the world coming to? Seems like everyone is running from the truth. We got stand up and fight, walk into the light. We're the people, we can do it, we try. I know we can do it. Somebody ask me, why do we have to go through it? It's just the test of our faith, for we're living day to day.
people of the world today are fading. All of us have our ups and downs. You better think about it or you won't be around. What we need is a little bit of love, sent by one from heaven up above. Think of it, it's simple and plain. This ain't no game, you know what I'm saying.
This is a mentor strategy program by Dr. Matthew L. Jones. We're broadcasting live from the very nice Concord Baptist Church at 5204 Liberty Heights Avenue. And of course, you're listening to Praise 106.1 FM, one of Radio One's favorite stations. And of course, you know, we love to give Kathy Hughes a shout out because we're always grateful for this platform and this opportunity. So we just always want to put that out there. But you just got finished listening to There Is Time to Make a Change, and we are the people that can do it, Dr. Jones. I mean, that is what this whole mentor strategy that you have put in place that we ultimately believe will reduce crime, what it is. It's time to make a change.
Yeah, I think that the change that we just have to place more emphasis on moving beyond our four walls.
That is the part right there.
Yeah,
calling the church
moving,
out.
Moving out into. We need to develop strategies by which the church moves extensively into the community. Now, I wrote a national strategy, and I was aiming to bring copies of it here today, but I left it.
I need that strategy.
Yeah,
yes. Okay.
I wrote a national strategy that.
So this is for that any church can adopt.
No, this is a national strategy that we want all churches to adopt.
So we want all churches, but it doesn't
Not
no
just
denomination, doesn't matter. Baptist, anyway, it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. But
okay.
The way I structured it, and I sent it to the candidate running for president of the National Baptist Convention.
Okay.
And this strategy was primarily focused on the principles by which we can once again unite the community.
Okay.
And we projected that we needed a CFO in every major city in the country. A CFO who we're going to be focusing on
just the finances, right?
The economic situation in our community and how to bring those people together. And in this strategy that I presented, it was a systematic strategy that this CFO will be using to bring all minority businesses and all churches together to strengthen the community. It was a complete strategy. Then also in that strategy, as we laid down the principles, we laid down the four basic principles, but one of the other principles that we emphasized was how to develop respect and peace and cooperation among not only the people of our community, but those extended people, extended races, extended, how to effectively work with all people.
All people.
And this, so this is going to be a mixture there, but also in that we also emphasize the Latchkey program. The Latchkey program is a program that we wrote when I first came here.
Yeah.
There was a demonstration grant by the federal government. And what they wanted to demonstrate the effectiveness of the Latchkey program. The Latchkey program.
And you're saying Latchkey?
Yeah, Latchkey. This is a program where the working parents, either working mothers, working fathers, working parents, children, elementary children went to school and got out at 3 o'clock, but the parents have to work till 4 or 5 or 6 o'clock.
Right.
This Latchkey program fixes so that these children would have somewhere to be from 3 o'clock until the parents could pick them up. And in that period of time, when you have those elementary school children, in that period of time, we are teaching basic principles.
Oh, yeah, start
Yeah.
teaching them early.
Early,
Yeah.
basic principles similar to what we are talking about in the industrial art, robotic art, and all that stuff, music. But in that program, during those periods of time, we're identifying their natural skills. We're teaching them their homework for the next day. We're going through the education with the basic 4 principles. The education, the economics, recreation. The recreation include all the, the music, dance. It has to be fun. The kids want to have fun as well.
Of course they do.
So all of this, and this is also illustrating how to make fast decisions and all this. So the CFO will be coordinating and pushing for the federal government to reinstitute the latchkey program in all major cities again, right? Once we did it here for 3 years, and they saw how effective it was, because we were supposed to accommodate 65 families.
Okay.
And during after the second year, we had 125 families. That showed the demand and the need for it. It went beyond our capability of really doing, it needed more places to be doing it. And what happened, it was so effective, they took our strategy and had me to present it in Tennessee and other states where they were instituting the latchkey program. Now, we know over the years, that was 30-some years ago. We know over the years what has happened, different type of parties have taken away services to elementary school and, took
So
the finances away and all that. But what we are saying is, if we're going to have a president or an organization, whether it's Republican or Democrat, we want them to know the necessity of doing this type of, see, this is also an economic plan, because what it does is fix it so that these parents would have somebody to take care of their children from 3 to 6 or 7 o'clock. Therefore, they could accept the job. A lot of jobs they cannot accept because their children won't have someone to take care of them
That's true.
after they come out of school. So
That's
they
true.
have to.
And so this is so, and because if I'm a mom and I'm driving and I'm listening, just, being an advocate for a mom. So what I'm trying to feel, what you're saying about your plan, this latchkey program, it's different than the after-school programs or the daycares and things of that
Yes.
nature.
Yes.
And this is different because it's funded. So that means that the parents aren't having to pay for it financially.
It's federal funded.
Federally funded.
We
Okay.
want a federal funded program.
Federally funded program.
And it also, the other difference is that it's designated for the period of 3 till 7 or 8, whatever, so it's in the afternoon.
So they
Daycare
do have
generally,
they got, some people have
Some have
vouchers.
daycare, yeah.
They do have some vouchers, but of course you have to go through the whole social service thing. I think that this is profound if it's not like, so what happens, I think, for a lot of the programs, and this can be we could take this to a whole show and a conversation, but to sum it up, a lot of these programs that are out now are federally funded, right? So you get stipends, or your kids can go to these places after school. The dilemma typically is that one or two things: either the programs aren't it doesn't make sense for the neighborhood and the travel commute, like they may not have the transportation line if the parents don't drive. So that's one barrier. So it
And that
sounds
was
like you got that figured out.
Yeah,
Okay,
that
you
was
got the
part of
transportation
the
figured out?
strategy here,
Okay.
because what happened, in this latchkey program, we actually had 4 elementary schools that was in this area, and provisions were made to get those kids to this location, whether we assist in it with our transportation, or the schools, or the parents, whatever,
Yeah.
that they made sure that these kids that was in the latchkey program got to this location.
So the kids can get there. For the parents who don't drive, how do they
But the
get there and
parents
then
were
they
at
get
work,
home?
right?
Yes, but I'm just saying, when they get off of
Well,
work, and if there's no, what I'm saying is that as long, like the program that you're talking about sounds like it's accessible, but the programs now, the dilemma is that it's
When they
that's
get
why
off-
we're bringing back the red line in Baltimore.
when they-
We're doing the things. Transportation is a problem on
Okay,
both ends.
this was the focus on the churches, right? We did it here, and if most of the churches have buses. Most of them have buses. And those who have difficulty picking up the children, they participate in transporting those children from here to their home. You know, so
That is what I want to
yeah,
hear. So,
yeah.
so those,
but all
so
this
those
is,
are the like the
all this
necessity
is specialized.
resources.
All this is specified in this strategy that I wrote.
You need to
right?
turn that lock keep program over, and I need to see what that's
But
what's
that was
happening.
just one phase of it. There
No,
were many
that's-
other phases
I'm sure
of
it's
this
many
strategy.
phases, but I just know that
yeah.
when it comes to that particular thing, I think transportation, childcare, and then a lot of times the last thing I'm going to say is that, just speaking for the moms out there, like, these programs are not designed to help like everyone because they make them income based, but what they don't base them on is someone's overhead and or what their debt to income ratio is, because it's like, okay, just because I make over 40,000 does not mean I actually have the means to and the capacity to pay for an after school program. And so I think that these federally funded programs have to be set up for based on
Community needs.
the community needs and your debt to income ratio versus your income cap, because just because my check says that I could have garnishments, I could have anything going on. So just because it says that I make a certain amount and you think I make over a certain amount
I
should
know
not
when
disqualify
we
me.
did the program, I don't know if there were any special emphasis based on the amount of
Income
money.
you make?
The
Well, it's gotta
money,
be
it
an income
was-
cap, because somebody with money shouldn't need the services. They
Well,
can't
I'm
take
saying,
advantage of
but see, it was located in certain communities.
Yeah.
There's I
Okay,
know
so
there are
if you
people
live in a community,
yeah,
then you
I know there are
assume-
people in the community that have substantial amount of money, but I'm saying due to the
Understood.
fact that this community, I don't think there was any focus at all, because those needs was for the community.
Understood, okay.
Yeah, it was need for the community, and I think this was, well, the CFO would deal with how to effectively identify and arrange for those possibilities.
Understood. But
They would have that
But this is a big
responsibility.
job, like the CFO, like, and I love how you said that, there's one main CFO, but then there would be one allocated for every state, right? And big
One in
every city,
every
major city.
city,
Yeah,
but it's coordinated by the head national.
coordinated by the head national,
Yeah.
which means that you're breaking down this pyramid so that the work can get done, because when you have one person at the head and they can't do everything, like one person can't do everything, oversee
But see,
50 states.
the CFO will design at that particular city, the effectiveness strategy, how it will make it a function. See, what also we concluded is by saying this CFO would not only be available for Baptist churches, but this is for every congregation, and therefore he will design a plan by which he'd be able to work in conjunction with the Catholic, the Methodist, and any other church in that area, in the community, see what I'm saying? So this is really a systematic strategy to bring everybody together to solve the crisis that we have in our community now, and the crisis that could be greater that we could be facing later. That's the whole
That
point.
we are facing later.
We could
be.
face later. I'm not saying we will face, but I said we could face.
We're in a deficit.
There's some things that are happening
Inflation
in
is
our
real.
government and our society that implies that we could have even more difficult experiences ahead.
Nice.
So ain't no sense us waiting on those difficult experiences to take place.
Okay.
Let's do like Jeremiah said. Let's prepare. One thing that one thing that Jeremiah did was he conflicted with other prophets because other prophets did not want to prepare for the things that were to come. They wanted to just sit and wait because these prophets said to the people that God was going to do it in a couple of years, so you ain't got to do nothing, just wait on the Lord. But Jeremiah said, no, this thing going to happen. You're going to be in this situation 70 years, and therefore you need to go ahead and plan, your whole life, plan your children's life, plan your weddings and for your children, and plan your economic situation. He went through a whole itemized strategy that they should be done in preparation.
Who did this?
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah?
Yeah.
That's what they say, study to show thyself approved. I need to go
He said,
back.
I know a place. That's where I know a place. I know
No,
a plan.
I have 2911?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
So the
that's
plans
why
are
he
gonna
come
happen.
out with that. You know, that's why he came out with that conclusion. See, I know the plan that God has for you. See, they were talking about, you know, don't do nothing, just wait and see what's going to happen. And that's what's taking place now. But I'm saying let's not wait. Let's divine a strategy by which if it does get worse, then we already have
Something in place.
someone in place who's going to coordinate us, keep us structured together, have a plan for us to survive. You know, we can't afford to just sit and wait to see what the government going to do.
No,
We got to
cannot.
develop us a strategy, a plan that will help us to survive no matter what happens.
You talking, you know, that's you talking that Dr. King stuff. I'm loving it. You know, like that's, you know, there's a plan, and I wish that there was a way, and I guess there is a way. It's just, I guess it would take the support of the people who have influence over the communities and the people, because
And
if this could be spread at large, I don't see
one
why
thing
people
I
don't get on
want to
board.
add here is that this plan is suggested to the persons who are running for president of the National Baptist Convention. That would, well, I've been out to make that announcement, but there's an announcement that is coming
Yes.
about what they're going to do. This is a plan that is to be used, recommended for the National Baptist Convention to utilize. But also this plan is designed so that everybody, regardless of your denomination, it could take place in it. But the persons that has already committed to this plan is Jonathan Jones. And,
Yeah.
and so we are encouraging, if the other persons who are running for president have not committed to this plan, we want you to know that Jonathan Jones has already committed to this plan.
Yeah.
That have been put together.
And it's the best plan.
And what I would like to suggest is, now I know that we want the community to tune in next week. I will not be here next week. We want the community to tune in, and I'm gonna give you a copy of the plan before next week, so
Okay.
that you can have
I can take a little
an
stab at it.
extensive
Okay.
discussion with the people who will be sharing with you.
Oh yeah, that'd be
And
perfect.
it-
And I can do it in the station, so I can have people if they want to call in and follow up with some, you know, follow-ups or some
Questions.
That'll be cool. Yeah, I like that.
So that you will receive a copy of it. It has been emailed across the country. It has been already emailed.
Okay.
And there was one thing that in designing the plan, I also send the book that I wrote, The Development of a Square, because some of the ideas came out of the book that I put together that is called The Development of the Square. And so in case for them to clearly understand what I was saying and to keep from and have more details about how to do it, I send also a copy of the book that I put together called The Development of the Square. So that went with the plan as I sent it across to Jonathan Jones and others in Memphis, Tennessee, and other places. And they were, as I shared, they were excited about the plan. They were
I need
excited.
to read the book, The Development of the Square, because we talk about it a lot. I still have not yet to read it. I need to read it, and I need to do a little study in here, just so I can read this plan that that Jeremiah put out there for the people. That was needed for 70 years. I don't even think I've ever.
He went down the line telling them exactly what they need to be done, rather than following these other prophets who were saying don't do nothing, right? Just wait. And he went down the line, saying, no, you better, plan, first of all, build your community. Secondly, build a economic system in your community. Then design plans so that your children can get married. And he goes on to talk about, laying the foundation for extending the family and all that. He detailed it out. And that's what we have to do. We can't just, I know the scripture said, wait on the Lord, but the Lord expects us to take action so he can strengthen us and deliver us in the actions that we are designing. Jesus came doing stuff. He was effective in doing stuff and moving stuff. changing stuff. You know, there were, you know, the church reacted to Jesus, and the priests and the leaders went against him. You know, they were recommending the crucifixion. You know,
Yes, they were.
The priests were. They were recommending. They were saying crucify him. You know, because he introduced unifying principles. You know, we like to stick to our own thing instead of coming together. We do.
We're very guilty of that.
And we can no longer afford have Methodists over there and Baptists over there and Presbyterians over there. We're going to have to be unified, and we're going to have to come together. We're going to have to work together because we just might need each other.
No, for sure. Yeah, in real life. So
in real life. You know. And togetherness, we're stronger. We're stronger togetherness than we are in divided.
No, for sure. Yeah. I don't know who.
The scripture said that as well.
Who the scripture said that? Okay, I don't know anyone that will really deny that. So that is a big deal. But I think that the Lockheed program strategy, I'm interested in. I think.
Well, that was just one phase of the thing that I sent. Right?
So wait a minute. Lockheed is a phase within the plan.
Yeah, that was just one phase in the plan. You know.
Within the plan. Thank you for the confirmation and the clarification. Okay, good. So this is awesome. So I think that next week we'll talk more about that. But this week I think it was super cool of you to introduce
let's throw out these dates again. The National Women's Day. The National Women's Day case. It was made with reading by the folks of National
These
Women's
people,
Day.
y'all need to Google all the special days in August, all the national days.
And don't forget that rice pudding day. I have to.
So the rice pudding day. But I will say before we went to break, we never really kind of capped on recap. But what day is this National Watermelon Day? Because I think that's almost a hoax now. Did you say National Watermelon Day?
August the 3rd.
August the 3rd.
National Watermelons Day.
I cannot believe.
But you know, that's a major celebration in the country where I grew up.
I just think that is insane. And I'm looking at it. Yep, it says Thursday, August the 3rd, National Watermelon Day. I am flabbergasted. This is something super funny. So it says, why do we celebrate National Watermelon Day? National Watermelon Day is celebrated on August the 3rd, honoring the delicious fruit with the long history dating back to ancient Egypt.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So back to ancient Egypt. I love that. So
it's something that the Africans brought over to America. You know,
Egypt
is Africa.
I was going to say less. You know, when you say ancient Egypt, you know it's us.
I know, but some people don't understand. Anytime the scripture talks, say Egypt, they're talking about Africa.
Yeah.
You know, Egypt. Some instances, Egypt was
back then was like half the continent.
Not only that, they were not just talking about the section that is Egypt right now. They were talking about a whole section.
That's what I'm saying, like half the continent, not the country.
Yeah.
Half the continent was Egypt, and then they shrunk it in.
You know, we know colonialism started certain divisions.
Colonialism, yes, and they wanted to strip the history. But yeah, so thank you guys for listening today. Again, you've been listening to our Mentor Strategy Program by Dr. Matthew L. Jones on Praise 106.1 FM. Another shout out to Kathy Hughes. But you have been listening to There's a Place. We want to take you there. And the goal of this program is, we ultimately believe that this strategy will reduce crime. We just talk about bringing back the black churches and the communities together. We have pastors, we have business owners, nonprofit leaders, and organizations on the show. We have mentees, mentors. We're just here to uplift the community. We talk about bringing industrial arts back into the school system for our children at an early age so that they can have sustainability when they get to high school in case they don't go to college or have the opportunity. And then the last conclusion, the purpose of this strategy is to bring back home ownership, more home ownership, and to tie major businesses in, challenge major businesses to tie in home ownership into employment. And so
that's the place of self-employment and home ownership that we're talking about.
That is the place that we constantly talk about. All of these things lead back to that point.
And let me emphasize right here once again, because we need to remember this, August the 23rd. August the 23rd, that's Remember Slavery Day. We need to talk with our children.
I'll recap it next week again, and we'll lift it up.
We need to talk with our children and let them know where we come from and what we've been through and how we survived.
And not
we are
just
survivors.
Use February for it or June 10th for June 19th for a party.
Some of our community children don't know that we are survivors. We survived there's no slavery in the world that have been as bad, as worst as the slavery in America. No slavery. Most of the slavery was indentured servitude.
Some people believe that the Holocaust, they believe that was...
No.
Some people believe that
The Holocaust is about 5 years. I'm talking about 300 years.
Right. That
You
part.
can't compare 5 years with 300 years. You understand?
You cannot compare. You know what, Dr. Jones? That's what my line. It's cut off.
Come on. Somebody help me now. I'll take you there. Help me, y'all. I'll take you there. Help me now. I'll take you there. That car accident you was in, you should be ashamed of yourself. You was hurt and out of work for...
One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours, it will be ours. Oh, one day, when the war is won, we will be sure, we will be sure. Oh, glory, glory, oh, glory.
Hands to the heavens, no man, no weapon formed against, yes, glory is destined. Everyday women and men become legends. Sins that go against our skin become blessings. The movement is a rhythm to us. Freedom is like religion to us. Justice is juxtaposition in us. Justice for all just ain't specific enough. One son died, his spirit is revisiting us. True and living in us.